Francis Bacon was born January 22, 1561, the second child of Sir Nicholas Bacon, Lord Keeper of the Seal, and his second wife Lady Anne Cook Bacon, daughter of Sir Anthony Cook, tutor to Edward Vasai and one of the leading humanists of the age. Lady Anne was highly erudite. She not only had a perfect command of Greek and Latin, but was also competent in Italian and French. Together with his older brother Anthony, Francis grew up in a context determined by political power, humanist learning, and Calvinist zeal. His father had built a new house in Gorhambury in the 1560s, and Bacon was educated there for some 7 years. Later, along with Anthony, he went to Trinity College, Cambridge, 1573-5, where he sharply criticized the scholastic methods of academic training. Their tutor was John Whitgift, in later life Archbishop of Canterbury. Whitgift provided the brothers with classical texts for their studies: Cicero, Demosthenes, Hermogenes, Livy, Sallust, and Xenophon, Pelton in 2007. Bacon began his studies at Gray's Inn in London in 1576, but from 1577 to 1578 he accompanied Sir Amyas Paulet, the English ambassador, on his mission in Paris. According to Pelton in 2007, Francis Bacon, 1561-1626, was one of the leading figures in natural philosophy and in the field of scientific methodology in the period of transition from the Renaissance to the early modern era. As a lawyer, member of Parliament, and Queen's Counsel, Bacon wrote on questions of law, state and religion, as well as on contemporary politics, but he also published texts in which he speculated on possible conceptions of society, and he pondered questions of ethics, essays, even in his works on natural philosophy, The Advancement of Learning. After his studies at Trinity College, Cambridge and Gray's Inn, London, Bacon did not take up a post at a university, but instead tried to start a political career. Although his efforts were not crowned with success during the era of Queen Elizabeth, under James I, he rose to the highest political office, Lord Chancellor. Bacon's international fame and influence spread during his last years, when he was able to focus his energies exclusively on his philosophical work, and even more so after his death. When English scientists of the Boyle Circle, Invisible College, took up his idea of a cooperative research institution in their plans and preparations for establishing the Royal Society. What is the contribution of Francis Bacon in English literature? Bacon is recognized for his contribution to the establishment of the essay as an important literary and scholarly form. His essays, first published in 1597, was a collection of concise, thoughtful, and philosophical considerations on a variety of topics, ranging from truth, death, love, friendship, to even gardening. Francis Bacon contributed to psychology. Francis Bacon offers two accounts of the nature and function of the human mind. One is a medical physical account of the composition and operation of spirits specific to human beings. The other is a behavioral account of the character and activities of individual persons. Why is it important? Francis Bacon offers two accounts of the nature and function of the human mind. One is a medical physical account of the composition and operation of spirits specific to human beings. The other is a behavioral account of the character and activities of individual persons. How did Francis Bacon contribute to the scientific revolution? In order to test potential truths, or hypotheses, Bacon devised a method whereby scientists set up experiments to manipulate nature and attempt to prove their hypotheses wrong. The first one is choleric, the second is melancholic, the third is phlegmatic, and the last is sanguine. Choleric. The powerful choleric is the doer, an extrovert, a natural leader and an optimist. He is proud and tends to be in control of situations. He wants to be the one on top, to be the best. Being on top doesn't mean the highest position at work, but in his daily interactions with other people. It means the choleric personality type, also known as the doer or leader, is characterized by their strong will, assertiveness, and a natural inclination towards taking charge. They are extroverted individuals who thrive on being in control of situations, and are often seen as natural leaders. Their optimistic outlook on life and high self-esteem contribute to their desire to be the best in their daily interactions with others. While this personality type may seek out positions of authority at work, being on top for them goes beyond just job titles. It's about being the most effective and efficient person in any given situation. They are proud of their abilities and strive to maintain their position as the best in their social circles as well. Melancholic. The second type of melancholic is the political or malcontent. He was fairly common, though his feelings were seldom expressed, at least by himself, in print. As his name implies, he was one who could find no place in the social system, and he often joined one of the extreme sects, either Catholic or Puritan. Most of the malcontents came from universities, for, as Bacon observed, a common cause of sedition is when more are bred scholars than preferment can take off. Vert, a natural leader and an optimist. He is proud and tends to be in control of situations. He wants to be the one on top, to be the best. Being on top doesn't mean the highest position at work, but in his daily interactions with other people. The political or malcontent type of melancholic was common but rarely expressed their feelings through writing. They felt displaced from society's social system and often joined extreme religious sects, either Catholic or Puritan. Many malcontents came from universities as the overproduction of scholars outpaced available positions of authority. In contrast, the optimistic and proud Vert type of melancholic desires to be in control of situations and strives to be the best in their daily interactions with others, not necessarily in terms of professional success. Phlegmatic. According to Francis Bacon, a phlegmatic person is one who is naturally calm, cool, and collected. They are slow to react emotionally or physically, preferring to think things over before taking action. Phlegmatics are often seen as practical, reliable, and steady individuals, but they can also be perceived as lacking in enthusiasm or passion. Bacon associated this temperament with earth, as it was believed to be grounded and stable like the earth itself. Francis Bacon described a person with the temperament of phlegmatic as someone who is naturally calm, composed, and level-headed. They tend to think before acting, preferring to analyze situations and weigh their options carefully. Phlegmatics are known for their practicality, reliability, and steadiness, but they may also be perceived as lacking in excitement or passion. Bacon associated this temperament with the element of earth, as it represents stability, solidity, and a strong connection to the physical world. Sanguine. According to Francis Bacon, sanguine is a temperament or personality type characterized by optimism, confidence, and a tendency to believe in one's own abilities and luck. This term comes from the Latin word for blood, sanguis, which was believed to have an influence over one's temperament based upon the ancient theory of humorism. Bacon classified sanguine individuals alongside choleric, melancholic, and phlegmatic types in his essay of National Dignities. So it means Francis Bacon identified 4 temperaments or personality types based on the ancient theory of humorism: sanguine, choleric, melancholic, and phlegmatic. Sanguine individuals are characterized by optimism, confidence, and a belief in their own abilities and luck, which comes from the Latin word for blood, sanguis. Bacon believed that these traits were influenced by the humor of blood, which was thought to be associated with the heart and the qualities of warmth and moisture. So it means that Francis Bacon, 1561 to 1626, was an English philosopher, scientist, and statesman. He is known for his contributions to the development of the scientific method, which emphasizes empirical evidence and systematic experimentation. Bacon's most famous work is Novum Organum, which proposed a new method of scientific inquiry based on inductive reasoning and the systematic observation of natural phenomena. He also wrote extensively on philosophy, politics, and law, and served as Lord Chancellor of England from 1618 to 1621. Bacon's ideas had a significant impact on the Enlightenment and the modern scientific tradition. Studio sapientia potior est quam scientia. This is the Latin by Francis Bacon, an English philosopher, scientist, and statesman. It translates to "in that study is wisdom superior to knowledge." Bacon believed that true wisdom goes beyond mere facts and information, and that it is gained through deep contemplation and reflection. This motto reflects his belief that the pursuit of wisdom is more valuable than the accumulation of knowledge. The phrase qui desidera pacem, praeparat bellum is a Latin adage that translates to he who desires peace must prepare for war. This quote, attributed to the Roman philosopher Publius Flavius Vegetius Renatus, highlights the idea that peace is not something that can be achieved passively, but rather requires active preparation and readiness for conflict. The quote suggests that those who prioritize peace should not be complacent or naive about the possibility of war, but rather should be proactive in preparing for it. This adage has been interpreted in various ways over time, from its original military context to its more modern applications in politics, diplomacy, and personal defense. So that is all for my report tonight. Thank you for listening. God bless everyone.